Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Tuesday, June 25th, 2019. It is absolutely beautiful here today. Low 80s and beautiful, just a wonderful day. Kind of nice puffy clouds today, which is nice to see. And getting nice solar power kicking in. So we're going to jump right into this video because I wanted to get right in on topic here today, okay? We're going to talk about 3 different rookie mistakes that preppers will make that could cost you your life, okay? So I want to be, really talk about these things because these are things that I think a lot of people don't think about initially. So this is part of our planning as preppers to be ready. And yeah, we got Abel and Maxie over there chilling. So anyway, so we're going to talk about these 3 mistakes you want to try to avoid, okay? So there's 2 trains of thought generally when it comes to prepping. And I know it's getting a little windy here. You can see the wind blowing. Okay, so the first train of thought, guys, woo, that wind is now blowing. It feels good actually. Is to learn by your mistakes, okay, and get better. Okay, so that's always one train of thought, and I'm a big believer in learning while it's not life or death, in learning from your mistakes. I am a huge believer in that. I've made plenty here at the homestead, and I've shown you guys mistakes that I've made, and I try to learn from my mistakes, okay? But the other train of thought is when the times comes, there's no room for error. So I do believe that while it's not life and death, that is a good time to learn, figure out what doesn't work and what does work, but you don't want to put yourself in a position where it's a life and death situation and now you better sink or swim, okay? Because in that type of situation, it is not good to just kind of wing it. It doesn't work like that, okay? So you better know what you're doing. So anyway, so these are 3 deadly mistakes that beginning preppers make a lot of times. Number 1 is bugging out without being prepared. This is what you need to think about, okay? So I got a list of 6 different things on this topic, all right? So number 1, when you're going to bug out, you definitely want to have a game plan. And I've kind of gone over this a little bit before, but this is going to get a little bit more entailed with this list here, okay? If you're going to bug out and you have a plan to bug out, what you need to think about, number 1 is the route you're going to take. And when I say routes, I mean you need to have more than one way to get to where you want to go, okay? So obviously number 2 is going to be location. So you have your location, let's say you have your location picked out. You need to have a decision of where you're going to go. So that's obviously number 2 is your location. But the routes that you're going to take, you need to have 3, maybe 4 different routes to get to that location. No different ways to get there, okay? Now the next thing, number 3, is going to be caches. Having caches along the way with supplies buried on your way to your bug out location in case you have to bug out with nothing but the clothes on your back. And having a good plan ahead of time is to have caches along your route with food, other supplies that you're going to need, a way to start a fire, warm clothes, like I said, having, change of socks and another pair of boots, those type of things, some kind of shelter, a tarp or something like that, emergency space blankets type of thing, those type of things in your caches, okay, so that you can have something there. Weapons and ammo also in your caches if you can do that, okay. So that brings us to the next one, which is going to be security. Making sure that you're thinking of security trying to get to your bug out location. What are you thinking? How are you going about it? What are you doing? Okay? So what ways do you have to protect yourself, to be cautious? And now here's a thought, and a lot of people I don't even think about this, having a pair of binoculars so you can look down the road to find out what's going on. And if you can do night vision, even better. But just having a pair of binoculars so you can see well down, scout out your surroundings and see what's happening, that could be a lifesaver down the road, okay? Number 4 is rally points. okay? And your rally points, if you have more than, there's several different people, maybe everybody's in a different location, have certain places that you plan on meeting the different people in your group. So, and I'm not just talking about one rally point, 3, 4 rally points on the way to your bug out location. So in case somebody gets there first, maybe they need to rest up or whatever, they can wait for other people in the group to get there. Now, the farther out you go would probably be the better places to have an area where you can rest, as long as it's a safe and secure area. Okay, and number 6 is going to be your bag and its contents, meaning your bug out bag. So you really want to plan when you have to bug out, is what do I have in my bug out bag? Is it weight appropriate? How long can I carry that weight? And all those things. All those things need to be taken into consideration. All right, so those are things that I really want you guys to think about, okay? I mean, if you have, now, and like I said, I did a get-together one time with a group of preppers, and I said, bring your bug out bags. We're going to go over everybody's bug out bag, and that way we kind of glean different ideas off each other. And I picked up a couple great ideas off of what other people had in their bug out bags. But there was these 2 ladies that came, and they haul in these bug out bags that had to be 70 pounds apiece. I mean, literally 70 pounds apiece. So one of the first things I asked them was, well, how long do you think you can hump that before you start dumping gear? And they go, well, what do you mean? I said, if you had to bug out and you got that great big huge bug out bag and you can't, yeah, maybe you got it in your car and that's great, but if you had to go out on foot, how long could you carry it? And they hadn't even thought about that, okay? And it was something that, like, right away for me, because of being ex-military and doing a 15-mile road march when I was in the Army, you think about those things. How much weight am I going to carry? And as we get older, we can't go like we used to when we were 19, 20 years old. So those are things to definitely consider. What you have in your bag, what your contents are, how much that bag's going to weigh, what are you going to be able to carry, and is it stuff that's going to help you get to your bug out location, okay? So now we'll go to number 2, okay? Not storing enough food. Okay, so everybody does seeds. Oh, I got a lot of seeds. I'm good to go. Got lots of seeds. All right. So this is a rookie mistake, guys. People think that if they have enough seeds, then they're good to go. It's going to plant the seeds. Garden's going to grow. We're going to be good to go. Well, gardening, and I've talked about gardening a lot. You got to really know what you're doing when it comes to gardening. 90% of it, and I'm going to tell you right now, and I've talked about this too. When it comes to gardening, guys, soil. Good soil, you're going to get good crops. Not good soil, it's going to be a lot tougher to grow those crops in soil that's not good. You get into the Carolinas, and you got a lot of that red clay. That red clay is not going to grow well. You're not going to grow crops well in that red clay. So you really have to look at where you're at, what kind of location you have. If you got an area like I have over on that part of my property over here that has a really rich topsoil, I got like about a 2-foot section of soil over there that is just really, really rich in black soil. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, if it's me and it's an SHTF situation, first of all, I'm going to, because it's all shaded over there as you can see, I'm going to dig up a lot of that soil, and I'm going to be having raised beds all over the place with that nice, rich black soil to use that type of soil. So again, how much food are you going to have on ahead of time? There's no such thing, guys, and I've talked about this a little bit before. When people talk about, oh, well, you got to have seeds and stuff like that, and you got to be able to grow, so, because eventually your food is going to run out. You're right, exactly. So in the meantime, while you're learning to grow, if you don't know how to grow already, or you're waiting for that next crop to come in, you need to make sure that you have enough food to get you through that rough period, okay? So making sure you have enough food to get you through to that harvest, and maybe that harvest doesn't come in so well, so having a few years worth of food, if you can do it, is a smart thing to do. So there's no such thing as too much food ahead of time. And again, you don't realize or know how many people you're going to end up with in your group, okay? So that's going to take us to the third thing is, and this is kind of important, and I've talked about this before as well, it's not engaging with people in your local community. All right, so here you are, you're Mr. Lone Wolf Prepper, and you're all rocking and rolling, and you're ready to go, but you haven't really talked with anybody or tried to get anybody on board, okay? that can be a huge mistake. If you can network with people, and it doesn't even have to be your immediate local community, but just even in your state, and networking with people, and I've talked about this, guys, the more people that you have in your group, the better chances you're going to have to survive. Is there going to be more chances for issues within the group? Sure there will be, okay? But there's safety in numbers, and there's going to be safety in having enough people for security reasons, for doing the chores. Lone wolf preppers, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, long run, lone wolf preppers are not going to make it. Because somewhere down the road, there's going to be some kind of an injury, some kind of a sickness, or something is going to happen. And if they're by themselves and it's just like the husband, wife, and a couple of kids, and they're relying on dad for everything, that could end very badly, okay? So I want you to think about those things as well. So I was just going to show you, I got the ladder out. I got to put the other flag back up. I got to put the UK flag back up because it had blown off probably 2 weeks ago and I haven't even put it back up yet. But that's why I told Heather, grab me that ladder so I can put that flag back up. So anyway, so again, engaging with people in your local community, you'd be surprised at who you're going to end up meeting. Maybe you meet some good like-minded people that when an SHTF situation happens, you guys can band together, even if it's to bug out to another location. Your chances of survival go up greatly, okay? Really important. So a couple things I want to mention. Again, right now on my website, preppernurse1.com, we are doing a sale, and that sale is running from now to the 30th. It's been going on for a few days already. 25% off all the bucket meals that we have, and the reason that we decided to do that is because of the heightened tensions and the problems going on right now with Iran. So we decided to run this sale. It's an opportunity for to add to your long-term food storage and have a nice little savings with doing it at the same time. So again, any of the bucket meals, you got a chance to save 25% off right now. Just go to my website, preppernurse1.com. The other thing I wanted to mention is the Prepper Nurse 1 community. Again, on my website, totally free to join. It doesn't cost anything. It's a great way to connect with like-minded people. So this kind of goes in again with networking with people from your state, from your country. They got a lot of great message boards, a lot of great informational sharing. It's nice to talk with like-minded people and not with people that think that you're crazy all the time because you're a prepper. Okay? So those are things I want you guys to think about as well. So again, preppernurse1.com. You'll see the link down below. It's down in the link. And so that way, if you're looking to hook up with like-minded people in the Prepper Nurse 1 community, it's a great way to do it. So I wanted to show you one of the things that I did today. So I'm a big believer, guys, in practicing what I preach. So today I went out and I wanted to stock up more on my bird feed, okay? So these are 50-pound bags, so I picked up 3 of the layered feed, 3 50-pound bags of that, and I picked up a 50-pound bag of the cracked corn. I had a 10-pound bag of cracked corn before here, and it was starting to get low, and I said, oh, I got to get more cracked corn. And actually, I probably should have bought another bag of cracked corn, so I will get them all in. I got another huge garbage can, so what I'm going to do is my smaller garbage can that I have, the cracked corn is going to go in that, and the 50-pound bags are going to go in the other garbage can because I don't want to just leave them in there like that because I don't want vermin to get in there and get at them when they're put away. So that was one of the things that I definitely added today. I'm always, and actually, okay, so that's 200 pounds of feed right there, all right? That was like $50. So it's like 12 something a bag for the meal, and then a cracked corn was like $8 for the bag for that. So not bad at all. So it was like $50 for that. And again, I would rather have it and not need it. Well, eventually I'll use it, obviously. So I'd rather have enough ahead where something happens, I got a window. It's always about having that window of opportunity and getting you through those hard times. So again, I definitely wanted to add more, of that to my supplies, which I probably will actually add even more. But I wanted to show you that just to kind of show you that I'm trying to think ahead here. for my animals and stuff like that. Obviously, I do the same thing for my cats and my dogs. Have extra bags of food, and I buy the cat and the dog food 50-pound bag. Well, the cat food, I usually buy a 30-pound bag at a time, and then the dog food, I do 50-pound bags. So always planning ahead, always thinking ahead. Just try to be as ready as you possibly can be. So I definitely wanted to go over these things. It's really, really important. Again, talking about mistakes that can be life or death, okay? If you don't have a proper plan, especially when it comes to bugging out, like I said, that was the first topic that we were talking about, was the bugging out part of it. Make sure you look at that list that I just gave you guys, okay? Go over that list and see where you're strong at and where you're weak at, and think about those things. So again, it's all about planning, guys. It's just being ready as we possibly can be, and I think that that's really, really important. Again, gorgeous, gorgeous day. I'll take you in real quick before I sign off here, and we'll see what the solar's doing so far today. Yesterday we ended up with 5.5 kilowatt hours for the day, so it was a really good day solar-wise. And we're going to take a look right now. Alright, so far we pulled 2.2 on this one, and we got 2.6 on this one. We're in float, and I think the batteries are at 100%. And so right now we're looking at, what, 4.8 kilowatt hours already. Batteries are in great shape. Yeah, batteries are at 99%, okay? So, and again, it's only 3 in the afternoon right now, so we're definitely going to end up adding more power as we go. We'll be over 5 kilowatt hours easy today. We're already at 4.8, so we're going to have another good day power-wise. So anyway, guys, remember, we are all in this together. That's important to remember. Also remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen, okay? It's really, really important, because I just had somebody made a comment that they had lost their daughter, and that just before the daughter had passed, you know, she'd give her daughter a hug and a kiss and said, "I love you," and the daughter had said, "I love you back." And she said that's the one thing that helped her get through that time period, because, you know, I couldn't even imagine what it would be like to lose your child. I don't ever want to imagine, I'll be honest with you. I can never say I know how you're feeling, because I don't, and I don't ever want to know. Honestly, you know, my children, as you guys know, are my whole world, and I would hate to lose one of them or both of them. That would be horrible. So my heart goes out to that woman, but she had that solace that she was able to say, "I love you" to her child, and that's really, you know, that's important. When I say that, guys, I really truly mean it. Also remember, guys, STD, it's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is yourself, okay? That is also very important to remember. Nobody can stop you but you. Stay away from negativity, stay with positive people, stay around positive people, people that are going to bring you up and support you. That's important. People that want to bring you down to their level and be negative and nasty, don't feed into it. So if I'm going to kick this around, look at the freaking wind, guys. And it actually feels absolutely awesome. Again, like I said, it's in the 80s today, but that breeze is just so nice. So anyway, I will talk to you guys all tomorrow. Again, I'll be live streaming tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, not at 8 o'clock, because of Heather's award ceremony. So I will remind you in tomorrow's video again that we're going to be live streaming tomorrow at 9 instead of 8 o'clock, okay? So I will talk to you guys all later. I hope everybody has a great day. Prepper Nurse One, out for now.